Hey, how's it going, guys? Garcia here with another portfolio update. So today we are up to $118,510.04 today. So in this video, I'll break down the portfolio, go over what I've posted on Twitter, some updates, and I'll give the shout outs at the end of the video. So this is the first portfolio update I've been able to do, to take my time and it not be a live stream. So if you guys look on the video list, I guess the lives are in a separate tab from the videos. So I don't like that it kind of breaks the continuity of the kind of like the portfolio updates. People like to see the screenshots and stuff, but you'll kind of have to switch back and forth from the live tab to the video tab to kind of keep track if you're keeping track of the updates. So we had a pretty good day today, all things considered. So it looks like Palantir had a nice day, and then it kind of ran down towards the end of the day. But Tesla had a huge day today. And you'll see why my portfolio doesn't really reflect that. So we'll get to it. In the traditional IRA, we are up 1.98% today. 10.7 in the past week. 23.4 in the past month. 31.8 in the past 3 months. And that is all time as well. So in this account, we can go to today's return. So even though we did great on the TSLA today, the reason it's not as high as it should is because of the covered calls. So because the covered calls have been breached in strike, now they're kind of acting as an anchor to the returns on the shares. And the reason I haven't really rolled it or did anything yet is because I did the math, intrinsic and extrinsic value. And I still have a couple cents. I think I still have like 25 cents left. So I will be rolling these covered calls sometime this week. So if I were to roll them, I think I'll check in the other account. Let's go in the other account. This is the Roth IRA. We're up 2.14% today, up 7.3 in the past week, 18.1 in the past month, 10.1 in the last 3 months, 21.7 year to date, and that is 21.5 all time. So in this account, I kind of, I canceled the buy order so I can show you guys the roll. Yeah, today's return, look at that, $960 on the covered calls that it's gone against me, where the shares you can see at the bottom, that should be today's return, was up $1,000. So you could see how it's becoming a drag because, the shares have exploded today. Look at that. The shares went up by 20% today. So the covered calls went up by 246% today. It's crazy, man. I received $18 for each contract, and now each contract is worth $225. And it's crazy. So let's see what we would roll to. For me, I would roll as high up in strike as I could, without taking an additional credit or paying a debit. So I want to cover the 225. What I like to do is I like to kind of keep track here between, I wouldn't be able to roll up in 1 week. 225, I can roll up to $11 here, and then 225, I would stay at 11 there. 225, same, staying at 11. Yeah, look at that. So it's staying, I think, until September is when I could roll up another $1.50. 225. Okay, look at that. So if I were to roll up to September, I could roll up to a $13 strike. Now the question becomes, if Tesla does go into this massive bull run without taking a break, that's where cash secured puts and covered calls, I think especially with covered calls, it becomes harder to decide, okay, should I just take them off the table completely, or should I just let myself get assigned and live with the results? And that is the hardest part about selling covered calls, is knowing when to take the covered calls off the table and just take the assignment. And I'm still debating. I'm still debating whether I should just take the assignment, take the money, and put it back into Palantir, buy some more ENVX, and potentially miss out on the run on TSLA. Or here's a total return, or buy to close this at a big loss, and I really don't want to do that. The market has a way of punishing. I guess the market has a way of punishing either choice that I would make. I could buy to close at a loss, and then Tesla could just revert back down, start tanking, and I would just take a bath on that for no reason. So we'll cross that bridge when we get there. In the big account, it was pretty flat today, actually. It's up 227, up 0.2% for the day, and down 0.2% after hours. In the past week, we're up 7%. In the past month, up 28% basically. In the past 3 months, 25.5%. Year to date, 37.5%. 17.8% in the past year, and up 8.7% all time. So it's nice to be in the clear. The highest the portfolio's ever been, at least the big portfolio. So this is nice to see. And you'll notice that the buying power is all back. That is because on yesterday's very quick update, I was sharing that I bought to close all of the cash secured puts for Palantir. So that freed up all the margin. Now here's where I wanted to really practice. I do want to practice more patience, because I think we might have a chance to sell some cash secured puts, I think in the low 25s. So I don't do TA often. I don't really, put too much thought into it, but I'm looking at these higher lows. It was at 22.86. It's at 23.30. 23.66. $24. I think by the time it kind of bottoms out on a higher low, I think it'll be around the $25 range. I think the low 20s where this is at. I think further out in time, maybe next week, we might see the low 25s. And for me, I think that's when I'm going to start selling some cash secured puts. And I'm thinking to sell them for August 2nd. And there's a specific reason why I'm choosing August 2nd. I checked for when Palantir announces their earnings. All of the contracts before that earnings date are going to lose a lot of value because the volatility is going to drop. Whereas all the dates after the earnings are going to stay elevated, if not go up even more. Because the market now is pricing in, earnings, the stock can drop, by a lot, or the stock can go up by a lot after earnings, but not before earnings. The market's going to price in that it'll stay range bound for earnings. So I could take advantage of that. And before they announce it, which I think they're going to announce it sometime between July 12th and July 19th, that is when they're going to announce their earnings date for August 7th, August 8th. And I think all the contracts before that, which would include August 2nd, are going to drop in value, which would be good for me as an option seller. So I'm thinking if it's going to be hanging around $25, I would probably sell some aggressive $24.50 or maybe some $24 cash secured puts. Let me see and the spread isn't that bad actually on these. Even though the open interest is a lot less. Yeah, look at that. The spread, it's a 48 cents, 252 cents. That's 4 cents. And between here, that's still 4 cents. So I would probably sell some aggressive $24.50 cash secured puts expiring on August 2nd, before the earnings date. So my strategy here, if I'm correct, which I tested this in the previous earnings, kind of on paper, and it did work. And I'm thinking I would just sell some cash secured puts here. And here, how many could I sell at that strike? That 47. So it looks like I could sell either 19 or 18 total. Okay, so I can sell a total of 19. And I think I would do that. I would sell these 19 at $24.50, once Palantir has hit 25, not now, because then that means that the value of these cash secured puts would go up even higher. They might go up to 85 cents, maybe $1, and I'll receive a lot more in credit. And once Palantir announces their earnings, the value of these should drop by a lot. Then I'll be able to buy them back at a profit and then sell a new round of cash secured puts right before their earnings date, right when volatility is the highest, then, which would be around August 7th or 8th. I would probably sell some cash secured puts going out to maybe August 16th. I would sell another round at probably $25. Try to collect a lot more in premium because I am leaning a lot more bullish on the stock. And if it works, it'll work. If not, hey, I'll be rolling down and out. Let's say Palantir does tank. And let's go over a scenario where they do tank, then I would have to roll down to $24, to $23, $22 and out to September, maybe October, maybe even November. Who knows? But I would avoid assignment on those cash secured puts. And let's see, what else? Yes, I think that'll be... Oh, actually, so Tesla, right, had a huge day today. So Tesla went up by 10%. I am doing really well on this long call. You can see down here, I paid $62, which means I paid $6,220, and it is now worth $10,893. But it expires all the way to January 2026. So my strategy with this is just going to be to try to stay ahead of the covered call as much as I can, avoid assignment, and once I've crossed that 1 year mark since I bought it, which I bought it on June 4th, so I would wait till at least June 5th, 2025. Maybe this is trading, 2, 3, 4, who knows how much higher it's going to be trading. And I'm going to have to give back some of that return to then buy to close the short call. So if you go here to total return, you could see right now where it's balancing out. So even though I'm up $4,600 on the long $150 call, I am down $2,400 on the $205 covered call. So you take the difference, and that is what I would be left with if I were to close this out. I would buy the short call for $2,400 and then immediately sell the long call, and the difference is what I would make in profit. And right now, the main thing is just to stay ahead of this. So right now that Tesla, it closed right at around did it close at 2:30? Okay, yeah, 2:31. But let's just say 2:30 for easy, well, I guess 2:31 would probably be more accurate. So let's say 2:31 minus $205. So that is $26. So $26 minus $27.28 means that there's still $1.28 left of extrinsic value left. So even though this is still deep in the money, I'm actually just going to wait. I'm going to wait, even though, and here's where you could do either or. You can either roll right away, and I want to cover the 27.28. I can roll out to 27.20. Oh, look at that. Perfect. So I can roll it out to September, be right at the strike, catch up to the current stock price for a net debit of zero, basically. It would be an even roll, and I would now qualify for more capital appreciation if these were shares. But this is really just to stay ahead of the stock and avoid early assignment. And I would just keep kicking the can down the road month after month after month, staying ahead of it. And if I can stay ahead of the stock without getting assigned early, and at least stay ahead until June 20th, 2025, I'd probably be rolling into September. I would then buy to close at a decent loss, and then sell to close at a really big one. So currently, all in all, I'm up over $2,000 on this trade so far. So doing pretty well there. You know, if you guys have questions on the poor man's covered call, you know, I'll try helping with the little that I know. But you know, TJ the wheel deal, he's your man. You know, he knows the stuff. All right, so it was a long update. You know, it's trying to get you guys caught up with everything. And actually, I was gonna go through everything since I posted last, but I might just speed it up. I think this was important that I really wanted to share with you guys again. This says total percent returns. At one point, I was down 300% on Palantir cash secured puts and down 237% on covered calls. So here I'm showing what the difference, where this was where it was at the worst. You know, it had gone against me, and people on Twitter, people are asking, hey, like, you're getting blown up on those trades. And I just waited it out. And by waiting, look at that. I'm now up on, I actually closed out these cash secured puts, the $25 puts, from negative 300% to plus 70% in profit locked in. Those don't exist anymore. I already kept the profits. So just to show you guys, you know, that it is important to stay in the trade. And actually, the long call on Tesla, from being down 9.5% to now I'm actually up around 70% on those long calls. So, you know, if you know what you're doing, or if you're confident in your ability, then just stay in the trade. Let's see. I'm gonna skip some updates. Another great Spaces, guys. Please, you know, if you guys want to catch up with us on Saturdays, you know, we host Spaces on Twitter. So follow us and we can catch up. Here, for all my options traders out there, would you like a drink? What are my options? Yes or no? Let's see. Me going all in Palantir without looking at charts and buying dips based off of gut feeling. What are you doing? The 200-day moving average is still too high. The 50-day moving average is still too high. Where people are saying, I'm going to wait for $6. I'm going to wait till 15 to start. And to them, I tell them, you do you. I'll keep buying the dip on Palantir. We'll keep going. Here it is, you know, showing that I locked in $500 in profit for those cash secured puts. So yesterday, I just finished working my 3 days. So I work Saturday, Sunday, Monday. 12 days, 12 hours, and 8. So for those 3 days, I kind of feel a little delirious at the end of the third shift. So, oh, hold on. Nope, go. Puppy trying to get in trouble over here, chewing on stuff she's not supposed to. All right, what else? So Mars blog, he got a signed hat by Alex Karp, which is awesome. Congrats. I'm happy for you. Nice. And it's so funny because even though I was... Let's go. Nice. Let me go back inside. It's nice and cool in here. Markets ain't safe, so I gotta watch my own back. Dude, I watched this last night, like at 12:30. Maybe it was the delirious. I was delirious still from work, but I was cracking up like crazy. I could not. Like, I couldn't even breathe. Honestly, it was bad. Just looking around. Looks like he has a little nose too. Tesla shareholders waking up to a deliveries beat this morning.
Top dollar with the gold fleet collar.
Walking in like, geez. So today, I received something special in the mail. Just as I was feeling a little jealous of Mars blog, I got something from Palantir. Thanks to Eliano Yunes, or Jones, I hope I pronounced it correctly in one of those 3 tries. He sent me this. So he appreciates all the memes and all the posts about Palantir. And I received one of the camo hats. So these camo hats, if I recall, they're from the original. Yeah. So one of the remaining 18 camo hats from the OG store. OG gear for an OG kind of guy. So this is a response from Juba, actually. But there were still a couple hats left, and I was fortunate enough. No way. I actually responded to that post, actually. I need to rep this hat in Arkansas. Dude, you're just one bonfire away from endorsing Natty Light. That's so funny. So yeah, just as I was tweeting about it, responding to that, let's see. I was lucky enough to receive it. Look at that. Looks good. And look at that. It's blending in with the background already. Look at that. Looking good with the trees. All right. Girl, good. PayPal Palantir investors versus PayPal investors. Oh my gosh. And that's gonna be it for good girl, Coco. Nope. All right, you already peed. Good. Hey. Leave it. She's trying to get in trouble over here. And I think that's going to be it for today. Actually, I added a couple people to the shoutouts. And I do want to apologize to Iceman. I thought I added Iceman to the list a long time ago, unless I wrote him down twice. But he has been a supporter of the channel for a very, very long time. Since actually the beginning. So I actually thought I had added him, or maybe I deleted him by accident. But I added Iceman with Spec, Carlo Rosario, Carla Dueñas, RLG, and everybody else who's in here. And if you don't see your name here, let me know in the comments. I'll be glad to add your name to the list as a thank you, for supporting, engaging with the channel, asking questions or leaving feedback. So yeah, it looks like this is going to be a long video. Before I couldn't even get to 5 minutes without running out of breath. I think I didn't even know how to breathe properly and talk at the same time. Kind of like the whole felt like public speaking to me. But now it looks like the videos go on a little bit too long, and I do want to get better at keeping them short. I do want to respect you guys' time. So thank you guys again for watching, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.